What's up, guys? Welcome. Crypto FUD. Let's jump right into this. All right, so we haven't looked at Dog Elon in a while. I always want to call this thing Doge Elon. We haven't looked at Dog Elon in a while. Looks like it's right now. It did have a nice pump sitting at around. Let's see here, the basically the 15 mark, 1488 to be exact. Let's see exactly what this pump's doing. So it looks like from the bottom down here, it pumped up about 24%. Nice little run. Nice little U shape that it's made, but all that's nice and dandy and all that good stuff. But let's see what it's going to do now, because obviously you can see that it was rejected somewhere around this 15.5 mark, somewhere around that, yeah, 15.5 mark. Let's see if this is a spot. Technically, I guess you can see, so that 15.5 mark, if you look over here in this channel that we were in before we had this dip, was a spot of some support. It's about 15.4. So it looks like, let's map that out. So it looks like it's going to be giving it a little bit of a hard time to pass by right there. You can see we bounced multiple times before we dropped down. We were in this channel of boringness, but I guess we'll probably take that back, right? If we can just get back up there. So obviously, you guys know the saying, support turns into resistance. You break resistance, you hopefully want to turn it back into some support. And that's pretty much where we're at right now. We hit that resistance mark somewhere around that 15.4 mark, and we have bounced down to this 236 fib somewhere around the 14, basically let's call it the 15 mark. It's struggling right now. Buyers and sellers are at a war. Let's see what happens here. What do I think? Well, I will tell you, and I'm not gonna say that I'm fudding Dogelon whatsoever. I know in the long run this project's gonna definitely do pretty well in the bull run. It's got a small market cap. It's got a very strong community. A lot of people are just holding right now. You guys have been through a lot this past run. I mean, you can see this thing has just been trailing down. It's been trailing down for a while. We when we broke this 200 day right here, it has just been nothing but just going down. So I feel you guys. I understand this little 20 or 25% jump is not cool, but we want to see 100 200% jump up back to where we were at. And with that being said, I think that we are going to probably see some retracement. Hopefully we can hold somewhere around where we're at right now. Maybe bounce down to this 382 and maybe have a nice bounce. And we need to retest and keep retesting this 15.4 mark right here until we break this 15.4 mark and we flip it into some kind of resistance. We're going to definitely still be in this bearish little area that we're in. And, things could continue to not move down, but maybe move back down to where we were at, somewhere around this 12 mark. Again, Bitcoin sitting under 26,000. Bitcoin hasn't been doing much. It's been stagnant. All the other projects have been on the same. I mean, some of the altcoins are making new lows. So don't feel like this is just a, dog Elon isolated situation. This is happening all across the board. I don't know if you guys check out my videos for Milady. Milady's a newer meme coin. I think it was yesterday, day before. And last week, this thing shot off, jumped up 50, 60%. And it had something like what's going on right now. We had a fast move up, and it did retrace. Now, it does look like it found some solid support from Milady, and it's trying to bounce back. And that's what I'm hoping happens for Dog Elon. So some areas to look forward to. Like I said, this 382, I'm looking at the 14.3. But now that I look, if you can see when we did this drop, we found some support right here at the 618. 618 probably is going to be a solid spot at that 13.4 mark. I mean, that would be a considerable drop back down, given, that we just pumped up 25%. Let's see what that move would be. If we went back down to this 618, we're probably looking at, I'd say 10%. Yep, about 10% drop down. Maybe we'll drop down to that 618 and bounce back up. But, regardless, even if you were to ask me if you, and I don't give out financial advice, but if you were to ask me about Dog Elon, this thing's been beat down so much that even if you ask me right now, is it a good time to buy right now? I think if you're looking at a long-term play, even right now, it's definitely a good buy, because it's been beat down so much. I mean, I'll pull the chart up. Let's look in the last year. I mean, look at this thing. This thing has just been steadily moving down. Steadily. You know, this was, I believe, what was this? This was at the beginning. So we had some moves up towards the beginning of the year, but since then, once we, like I said, once we broke this 200-day moving average, it was just basically, it was like, we dropped down to the abyss, and that's where we've been kind of just sitting. But with every project, as long as it's still alive, and Dogelon's still alive, they're going to find a bottom, and eventually they're going to start making their way back up. So like I said, if you ask me, is right now a good time? I would tell you, well, I don't give you financial advice, right? But in my opinion, if you look at the chart, this thing has been beat down like crazy. So I think if it's a long-term play, I think you wouldn't be in a bad spot if you bought in for long term, because eventually we will be moving back up towards this 200-day and hopefully making our way back to these, these areas that we were at just at the beginning of the year. So with that being said, guys, I'll keep you guys monitored. If this thing starts, rallying up and just moving up like crazy, I definitely will keep you guys informed on what I think and what levels to watch. But for right now, like I said, we definitely have to get past. I was looking at this level right here. We definitely have to get past this mark right here, which is going to be that 15.4 mark. If we can get past that 15.4, let's see, is that 15.4 mark? As long as we can get past that 15.4, which is going to be where we got rejected, and we at least hold support at the 15, this thing's going to move back up. Levels to watch again would be probably the 0.5 at the 13.8. And my solid spot that I would say that's probably going to be where we bounce if we do drop back down is going to be the 618 at around the 13.4. That's going to be a spot. If you are sitting on the side waiting to buy in or to accumulate, have patience. That could be the spot where you can buy in and see another bounce back up. But other than that, long-term bullish on Dogelon. You guys will be all right. And if anything, this thing's going to probably melt faces whenever we get into a bull run. So I'll leave it like that. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much.